I am absolutely obsessed with Baldur's Gate 3. Incredibly versatile gameplay, fantastic writing, and multifaceted characters. Oh, Astarion, things you make me do. And now many people are also intrigued by the tabletop role-playing game Dungeons & Dragons, which Baldur's Gate 3 is based on. If that's you, but you don't know how to get started with D&D, then this video is for you. Let me show you how to get started with D&D and what you'll need. Oh, and you'll want to watch the whole video because I'm going to give you advice that you won't find in any of the other videos like this. Hi there, my name is Fondue, your virtual tabletop wizard. Usually on this channel, I give you tutorial videos for a virtual tabletop called Foundry VTT and daily D&D memes, but today I want to help all of you who are new to D&D and the tabletop role-playing game hobby to start this wonderful journey. If you think you can do anything you want in Baldur's Gate 3, wait until you try a TTRPG. As mentioned before, Baldur's Gate 3 is based on the massively popular tabletop role-playing game Dungeons & Dragons, or D&D for short, specifically the 5th edition of the game, which you might have also seen portrayed in other media like Stranger Things. Now, while BG3 is close to D&D, there are changes that have been made to accommodate for Baldur's Gate 3's balance and pacing, and not all of D&D's content was brought over. But the basics are still there, like rolling a d20, classes, races, and skills. Now let me show you how you can start playing D&D today. Luckily, you don't need that much to start playing D&D. You'll need at least 3 other friends, so a group of 4, and one of you takes on the role of the Dungeon Master, while others are the players. Each player controls their own player character, and the Dungeon Master controls the world around the characters and all the NPCs. In addition to that, you'll need a table to gather at or a piece of software to call each other if you're long distance away from each other, like Zoom or Discord. You'll need some pencils, some paper, and some dice. Hey, luckily there are digital dice rollers available for free. I mean, I think Google has one. You can just Google dice roller and there you go. That is the very, very bare minimum that you need to be able to start playing D&D today. Of course, there's a lot more that you can get into in the future, like books, maps, minis, etc. But with those basics, you will be able to start telling collaborative, improvised stories together, because that's what it's about. Collaborative, improvised stories that would otherwise not exist if not for you and your group. Okay, but what if you don't have a group of people to start playing with? Luckily, there are people like you online looking for others to play with. While there are many places to look for groups for, like r looking for group on Reddit or the Roll20 forums, I personally want to introduce to you Startplaying.games. It's an online platform for players to find tabletop role-playing games and professional game masters. The site allows you to browse the available games and filter based on game system, date, and time of day, so you can find a game that is happening at a time that is suitable for you. The game master will ask for a fee from each session, which ranges from $5 to $50, and some games are even free. This is a great way to find a game to play in quickly and efficiently. And hey, would you look at that? I have 2 campaigns on Startplaying.games right now with seats open. Links to signing up to those in the description box. Okay. But now surely there's a little bit more that you need to get started, right? Well, this is where I get to the part that makes this video unlike any other. My unique piece of advice is this: do not play Dungeons & Dragons. I know that's a spicy take, but before you click off from the video or write in the comments, let me explain my reasoning. I promise you it makes sense and will actually be to your benefit. Firstly, we have to talk about the company behind D&D, Wizards of the Coast, or WotC for short. They are a massive corporation, and they're behind not only D&D, but Magic the Gathering, which is a hugely popular card game, and they are owned by an even more massive corporation, Hasbro, the toy company. In recent times, WotC has been embroiled in debacle after debacle. Last year, they released Spelljammer, which featured incredibly racist depictions of the Hadozi, who are essentially monkey people, and they were using direct inspiration from minstrel art. Yes, minstrel art. Then earlier this year, WotC tried to take ownership and revenue from third-party D&D creators who create additional adventures, items, classes, races, etc. and sell them online with the new open gaming license for the upcoming new edition of D&D. Lastly, it just recently came to light that the upcoming book Bigby Presents Glory of the Giants uses AI art and some of the art in it. Now, all of these issues were luckily rectified, but not before fans got up in arms against WotC. Secondly, D&D is expensive, and no, I'm not talking about dice, maps, and other accessories. I'm talking about the books themselves. Like, if you want to get the 3 core books, i.e. Player's Handbook, Dungeon Master's Guide, and the Monster Manual, that will cost you a cool $150. That's in physical. If you buy the digital version, it's only $90. And that doesn't even include any adventures. That's a lot of money. And now consider this. If you buy the 5th edition books right now, sometime in 2024 next year, a new edition is coming out. And so you will need to buy new books again. I don't know what the price is going to be, but it's probably going to be in the same ballpark. And finally, if you buy your books digitally, you don't get the actual PDF for yourself to own, but you have to access it on D&D Beyond, and that book could vanish at any point. All of this is to say that WotC is highly anti-consumer, doesn't care about minorities and third parties, and will do whatever it can to increase its profit margin. Sorry, I know this can feel very negative and like I'm putting you down for wanting to play D&D, but that is not my intention here, because I want to now suggest other tabletop RPGs to you, which are a lot cheaper to get started on and are actually better games. So TTRPGs are like any other media out there. There's a huge amount of variety within it beyond just the most popular things, D&D in this case. By the way, I'm not sponsored by any of the games I'm about to mention, I just want to give you some options. Now let's talk about those other games. If you want to really experience that Baldur's Gate 3 like high fantasy experience, may I suggest to you Pathfinder 2. As a game, it is quite close to D&D since it was originally built on the 3.5 edition of D&D and has now grown into its own thing. It allows for a lot more intricate customization and builds and uses a more interesting action economy. On top of that, all the rules and adventures are available for free officially online. That's right, entirely free on a website called Archive of Nethys, which means you could start playing today and not have to spend a dime. By the way, the site and all other games I'm about to mention will be linked in the description box below there. If, however, you would like PDFs, which you get to keep personally forever, by the way, of all the core books, a bunch of adventures, source books, and other resources, Humble Bundle currently has a fantastic Pathfinder 2 bundle that you can get for about $24. But what if instead of fantasy, you want to be a sexy vampire that schemes and plots in the shadows? Hey, just like Astarion. Then Vampire the Masquerade is for you. The game has you playing as vampires who are trying to survive in the shadowy vampire society, which is filled with politics and shadowy figures. All the while, you have to try to fight against the inhumane beast within you. The physical core book is available for $55 and the PDF for $25. Okay, maybe instead you want to investigate eldritch horrors and wonders beyond human comprehension. Call of Cthulhu is just that. You are a normal human living in an alternate history where eldritch beings are real, but well hidden. Your curiosity will bring you to witness unspeakable things, and your sanity will slowly but surely crumble. The starter set physical book is available for $30, and the PDF for $10. Maybe instead you enjoy a cool neo-noir mystery like The Wolf Among Us or Fables. City of Mist delivers well on that fantasy. It has you play as a normal person who has awakened as a modern imagining of a long-lost myth or legend, like Zeus for example, granting you superpowers. You get to solve mysteries and shoot lightning out of your hands. The City of Mist starter set is available at $40. Do you like Neon Genesis Evangelion or Gundam? Are you a big mech fan? Lancer is the perfect game for you in that case. In it, you and a group of pilots take control of a highly customizable mech to face a galaxy of danger and hope. This game is actually available for free to get started on, and the full book is available for $25. Lastly, if planning and executing heists in a gothic industrial world sounds like your jam, then Blades in the Dark is what you should get. The game is about heists, chases, occult mysteries, dangerous bargains, bloody skirmishes, and, above all, riches to be had, if you're bold enough to seize them. The rules are available online for free, and the physical book plus PDF combo costs $30. Look at all these amazing TTRPGs, so many different fantasies to fulfill. Play them instead of D&D, you'll have so much fun while saving a ton of money as well. Still not convinced and want to play D&D anyway? Okay, fine. Let me give you some recommendations then. In the end, what you do with your money and what you spend your time playing is up to you. So here are my D&D recommendations. For getting started, I recommend getting the starter set, which will give you the basic rules, an adventure from level 1 to 3, pre-generated characters, and dice to start playing right away. This way you have everything you need to start playing an adventure right now, and it costs $20 physical and $15 digital, so the price is alright. But if and when you want to go beyond this starter set, happens sooner rather than later, you will need to get those core books. On top of that, some adventure books, and that will come at a very steep price. If, however, you still want to get the core books and an adventure, I would recommend Curse of Strahd. In it, you get transported into a gothic horror realm ruled by the vampire lord Strahd von Zarovich. You can get it for $50 physical and $25 digital. But like I said, there are better options that will save you money and bring you more enjoyment in the long run, in my opinion. So I suggest don't go for D&D, go for one of those other games that I mentioned. All right then, let's summarize. If you want to start playing D&D, you need a group of friends and some simple tools. Startplaying.games is a great resource for finding games if you don't have a group to play with. D&D 5e is the latest edition of D&D, which Baldur's Gate 3 is based on. Don't play D&D, instead play other TTRPGs like Pathfinder, Vampire, Call of Cthulhu, City of Mist, Lancer, or Blades in the Dark. This is because WotC the company sucks, D&D is expensive, and the other games are just better. But if you must play D&D, go for the starter set or Curse of Strahd. Now you should have all the information you need to start playing TTRPGs. Take that excitement and experimental spirit you have for Baldur's Gate 3 and bring it over to tabletop role-playing games. Remember, the most important thing is that you have fun with your group and that you tell awesome stories together. Which of the TTRPGs that I suggested would you like to try? Let me know in the comments below, and even if you're not going to play any of those, leave a emoji in the comments because that helps with engagement. Also, who's your favorite party member in Baldur's Gate 3? For me, I think it's Astarion, but I also kind of like Shadowheart. Anyway, while you're down there writing your comment, I would also kindly ask you to like the video and subscribe to my channel because those simple actions help my video reach more people. And if you have friends who are also looking to start TTRPGs after playing Baldur's Gate 3, send this video to them. On the screen right now, you're going to see another video of mine where I give you my recommendations on which virtual tabletop to use in playing TTRPGs. This software is used to play TTRPGs online, and they vary widely. Take a look and see which VTT fits you the best. Thanks a lot for watching this video. See you next time, and I'm gonna go play some Baldur's Gate 3 now. Bye-bye.